Hello everyone. Today, let's follow the developments of episode 42 or episode 17 part 2. Previously, the group of children entered Sơn Nhai Academy and were warmly received by the emperor of the Great Sui dynasty, becoming the hope for restoring the academy's reputation. Each carried their own emotions. Li Wai cried in loneliness, Li Baoping was deeply moved while reading Chen Ping'an's letter, and Lin Shui focused on cultivation. Meanwhile, Chen Ping'an had already left with Cui Dongshan, reunited with Gao Zan, and continued his journey. Though he appeared calm, he still looked back at the capital, carrying a sense of attachment and sadness of parting. Episode 42 developments. After leaving the capital, a carriage gifted by Gao Zan slowly arrived. The one delivering it was a pale-faced old eunuch, cold in attitude before leaving. Cui Dongshan took over as the driver, while Chen Ping'an walked behind to train his martial arts. At night, the two walked and talked. Cui Dongshan revealed many past events, especially about Song Jixin, whose jealousy and dissatisfaction had led him to harm Chen Ping'an multiple times. Chen Ping'an admitted his hatred, but what he could not accept was the other's cruelty. Their conversation also mentioned major figures like Liang and Cui Dongshan's past, uncovering many secrets of the cultivation world. They later continued their journey, selling the carriage for money. Along the way, Chen Ping'an focused on martial training, while Cui Dongshan came and went. They witnessed many strange sights of the cultivation world, immortals moving mountains, fish traveling on land, and rogue sword cultivators harming common people. Though angered, Chen Ping'an knew he was not yet strong enough to intervene. Eventually, they arrived at a city with strange phenomena in the sky. Cui Dongshan was eager to get involved, while Chen Ping'an simply stated he would leave if it took too long. The journey continued, calm on the surface, yet filled with reflection and growth. Chen Ping'an later regretted leaving the capital too early, worrying that Li Baoping and the others might be bullied. From experience, he realized that being educated does not necessarily mean being a good person, and silently resolved to become stronger to protect others. At Sơn Nhai Academy, the teachers complained about the students. Lin Shui was cold and obsessed with Taoist texts, Li Baoping was mischievous and unfocused, and Li Wai was slow. In contrast, Yu Lu and Xie Xie performed well. Mao Xiaodong believed they should not be forced, trusting Qi Jingchun's judgment in choosing them. Li Baoping skipped class to climb trees and admire the scenery, even debating philosophy with Mao Xiaodong, showing her intelligence and strong personality, while deeply trusting Chen Ping'an. Meanwhile, Yu Lu trained through fishing, and Xie Xie remained inwardly uneasy. At the academy, Lin Shui helped Li Wai recover stolen belongings by using money as bait. However, Li Wai continued to be bullied. When Li Baoping found out, she stormed into the dormitory with a blade, beat up the three bullies, and warned them not to repeat it, though this escalated tensions. The fight shocked the academy. Vice head Lu became furious and demanded strict punishment. Mao Xiaodong allowed events to unfold, hinting at a major lesson to come. After parting ways, Cui Dongshan arrived at a large residence named Zhi Lan. He quickly sensed something wrong, a dark aura gathering, signaling impending disaster. Though the feng shui layout seemed good, the library tower was occupied by demonic energy. He warned the gatekeeper that a fire python inside was about to molt, while a stronger water serpent outside the city waited to devour it. If they fought, it would bring disaster upon the city, affecting thousands. However, the residents did not believe him and drove him away. Unwilling to waste words, Cui Dongshan acted directly, knocking out the guards and breaking in. Inside, he encountered the Cao family, who had colluded with the demon to use the fire python for their ambitions. Without hesitation, he killed the hot-headed son mid-sentence. The second son was slain instantly despite defensive measures. The father, Cao Hushan, fled in terror, and Cui Dongshan did not bother chasing him. Entering the library tower, he faced the fire python, which sensed danger and retreated. Instead of killing it, he warned that if it continued its transformation, it would be devoured by the water serpent. At that moment, the water serpent appeared as a boy in green, boasting of its strength and intent to devour the python. But upon seeing Cui Dongshan's inkstone, a treasure containing a sleeping flood dragon, it became frightened. Cui Dongshan gave a choice: die, or submit. The serpent tried to flee but was chased by a golden flying sword, leading to a fierce battle in the river outside the city. Meanwhile, Cui Dongshan subdued the fire python, transforming it into a girl in a pink dress and keeping her as a book attendant. Soon after, Chen Ping'an returned and reunited with Cui Dongshan. They spoke frankly. Cui Dongshan admitted Chen Ping'an brought him along to prevent him from causing trouble and to protect Li Baoping's group. He also revealed he was part of a grand scheme between two dynasties. Chen Ping'an set a condition: if Cui Dongshan truly protected the children, he would accept him as a disciple. Cui Dongshan immediately agreed, it was a move he had already anticipated. Before parting, the fire python girl became Chen Ping'an's attendant. The defeated water serpent would later submit and assist him on the journey. For the first time, Chen Ping'an sincerely expressed gratitude, showing trust. Cui Dongshan formally bowed and acknowledged him as his teacher. After the battle, the pink-dressed girl ran out holding books, looking timidly at Chen Ping'an. The injured green-clothed boy fell from the sky under the control of a golden flying sword, still harboring resentment. Cui Dongshan retrieved the sword, Jin Chu, explaining it was once owned by a powerful sword immortal. Though slightly reluctant, he still offered it respectfully. He then forced both creatures to reveal their true forms and sealed them into the inkstone, where a sleeping flood dragon resided. Under its pressure, both submitted. The fire python obeyed immediately. The water serpent resisted but eventually surrendered. They officially became subordinates, following Chen Ping'an. Cui Dongshan also revealed that in Longchen there existed rare dragon-related treasures, promising great opportunities if they followed him. Their attitudes changed instantly. The pink-dressed girl respectfully accepted her master. The green-clothed boy became flattering, even suggesting capturing beauties to serve, much to Chen Ping'an's annoyance. Cui Dongshan stayed behind to deal with the aftermath, while Chen Ping'an departed with his two attendants. Before leaving, he asked Cui Dongshan not to kill excessively and to pass a message from Qi Jingchun to Mao Xiaodong, deeply moving him. A key moment. One line carried Confucian philosophical meaning. Another was a final message linking great figures. Though Cui Dongshan laughed, his emotions were complex as he watched Chen Ping'an leave. Afterward, his true identity was revealed. Cui Dongshan is actually Cui Can, the grand strategist of the Great Li Empire. He ordered the flood dragon to gather all remaining dragon descendants and raise them within the inkstone, revealing a grand plan tied to Longchen and the cultivation world. His worldview was clear. Geniuses rise and fall, but only those who endure truly become strong. A flashback showed his painful past, locked away as a child, growing up in isolation, shaping his extreme and rebellious personality. In the end, Cui Dongshan rode a flood dragon toward the Great Sui, while Chen Ping'an continued his journey with his attendants. On the road, the green-clothed boy quickly returned to his arrogant self, until Chen Ping'an calmly reminded him, "You are my disciple," instantly silencing him. That concludes episode 42. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss the latest videos. Leave a comment. Do you think Cui Dongshan is truly good or evil? See you in the next video.